Hi, Brody. It's Mr. McCall here, and I just wanted to do a little brief tutorial on the Blue Water Task Force, uh, essentially sample processing here at school. So first thing we do, just to make sure we're all clean, is do a quick little spray down of the work area so that we try and keep everything as clean as possible before we start. Because of course, not only are we dealing with other issues, but we're also trying to keep our samples not from getting contaminated. So I have two samples I'm going to be processing today, and they are both from Bryant Park for a issue, but we're going to go ahead and get all the supplies out. These were in the refrigerator. I just pulled them out. One of the things I first do once I have my samples here is actually turn on the quanti-trade sealer, because it takes a few minutes for that to actually get revved up and ready to go. So there is that. So we need to get out the supplies that we need. So first thing is first, we need some sample bottles. So I've got two sample bottles here to work with. I also need some syringes, which I have right in here. I can find a bag that's open. I'm going to get some syringes out, or pipettes out, I should say. Then I need the quanti trays themselves, which I have right down here. Always finding where we keep things, right? Keep things nice and organized so you're ready to go when we get started. There we go. And the next thing I need would be two of the enterolites. From this one, I need my sampler, or my pipette thing. I need a marker. And then, of course, I need this flexible template for processing the quanti tray sealer. Now I've got everything out, I want to go ahead and label everything before I get started. So in this case, I'm going to label my tubes. So I know what they are. And I'm going to put the date on there. And the time of processing. So you can kind of see I've got a label for what it is, the date, and the time. So 2:30. So it doesn't have to be neat, just something so we can see it. These actually happen to be from the same place because it's a student project we're working on. It's not the regular sampling. So now we need to go ahead and through the process, and what we're going to do. So the quanti trays I'm going to set aside for the moment because we don't need them right away. Now we've learned a few, shortcuts, as you would say, which are probably not going to work today because I'm using a big full bottle of DI water. See how well of a pourer I am as we go. But the idea here is if you can pour perfectly 100 milliliters, it kind of speeds up the process when you're doing multiple samples. Always have a place to put the garbage because we do create a bit of it. So that's sort of what I try and do. Doesn't always happen, especially when they're this full. All right, let's see if I can do this right. You gotta look at that meniscus. Ooh, I'm good. I'm getting good at this. So I'll do that one. Now I'm gonna do this one. Let's see if I can be as finessey. It's about squeezing the bottle just right. Watch the meniscus. Yes. All right. Oops, not on the right one. kind of see I'm right up at the 100 milliliter line, ready to go. Now, the other sort of semi-shortcut that we've found that works, and we've tried this with blanks for control groups, and it seems to be fine, is we need to take 10 milliliters out of each. Well, it turns out it really doesn't matter, really, if we do each with different pipettes, which wastes a little bit more. So, and also I like to turn this handle with the pipette so that I can kind of get it going where I can really see that 10 milliliter mark easily. Sometimes it's a little harder to see if it's turned the wrong way. What am I looking at here? Oh, there I am. So I will literally do both of these at the same time. All right, it's in here. I'm just going to take out 10 milliliters. Dump it in my sink. Happens to be right there. Make sure it's all out. Then I'll take 10 milliliters out of here. Now both of these are good to go. I can keep this from touching anything. And now, if I was smart, which I wasn't, I could have prepped one of these, but it's always good to put your caps back on just in case something splashes. There we go. Now, the game, of course, is afoot. If this touched anything, game over, you got to get a new pipette. So now I'm going to stick it in the first sample, take my 10 milliliters out. Put it in. Okay. Now this one's done. I can't use it again. So I have to get a new pipette for the second sample I have to do today. And I'm going to actually get this partially open so I don't have to fiddle like I did the last time. All right. Again, get this straight. There we go. Take it off, cap, and now I'm ready to go. Get my 10. Throw it in here. Okay, that one's done. Now I just have the intralights to put in. Do a little tap tap.
Excuse this interruption.
I'm going to have a period change here, sorry.
Even classrooms will head to the 7th hour. Even classrooms to their 7th hour.
Close her up. Nice little swirl, making sure I don't add any bubbles if I can help it. While that's going, I'm going to do the next one. Again, nice little swirl action, making sure I minimize bubbles. Keep throwing my stuff away. Students have a tendency to pile up garbage everywhere pretty quickly. Takes a few minutes, gets that nice urine color going. And then we are ready. Okay, so here we go. Match my quantity tray sealer with the label that I'm using. Pour this in. Again, you want to make sure you're not touching any of that, right? That's why they have these nice little tabs here. I do a nice little kind of squeeze to pull it in to give the gap that I need, right? And then it's sort of the bubble game. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Trying to get the bubbles out. Just kind of do a little tap, essentially, trying to get them
At
out.
this time, odd classrooms, please head to your 7th hour.
It's tough to get all the bubbles to kind of come out and stay out, right? And of course, you've got this tray that'll help a little bit once you get it in there. Again, do a little another tap thing. Sometimes little flicks help. All right. And now we're ready for this, all right? Push it up in there and process. While that's going, I can get my second one on the way. Yeah, maybe I should wait. All right, and then there you go. Got it sealed in there, ready to rock. So now I just have to do the next one. And that's pretty much it. Again, little squeeze, pull on the tab, pour it in. Do the bubble thing, and pretty much that's the whole process. So having said that, hopefully this helps clarify some of the processes here. Once it is done, of course, it needs to slide in to the incubator, and it can just be sat in here. Always checking the temperature and all that jazz. Sometimes I have to do a little bit of adjustments. Wait 24 hours and then read it. So that's the whole idea of processing. So hopefully this helped, and thanks for watching.